What are things from the early days of the internet that you don't see much of anymore? Website visit counters. Under construction GIFs and web rings. I miss away messages. I want them for text conversations. This would be so incredibly helpful. I'm in a movie theater mying your mom, responses delayed. Laying out HW dinner shower out W my besties BRB sleep school practice out real quick game 7 chill and W the boys prom. Graduation. Last online 13 years ago. This is so ducking sad sometimes. I downloaded AIM sounds off of YouTube. I was listening to them and hearing the various sounds like someone signing on, someone logging off, someone putting up an away message, you sending a message to someone, etc. Then I got to the sound that I'll never forget as long as I live. It's obviously the sound you get when you receive an initial message from another person. I'll never forget that message sound because it's the sound I would hear whenever my high school crush would message me. When I heard that sound for the first time in almost a decade, I almost choked on tearful nostalgia and emotion. AIM was as much a part of life for me and other millennials as anything else. It was there pretty much every day as a part of my childhood. Duck, this is so relatable. I spent years aiming my crush on a nightly basis through AIM, and would always get that happy feeling hearing that sound whenever I'm waiting around for her to message me back. Personalizing your cursor. I remember changing mine to a sword. I miss that. You still can do that, whether by directly editing your cursor via file digging and image switch or simple browser extension. If he's anything like me, then he doesn't actually miss the ability to do it. He misses the good times he associates with it, and the feeling of being like an internet wizard for being able to do something that like 2% of the population would want to be able to do. Websites that play music as soon as you open them. Like this one. Wow. It's like a time capsule of what I thought was cool when I was 12. Marquee, welcome to my Angel Fire website! Marquee. Blink some text in yellow on a purple background. Blink. This hurts my eyes already. Crappy yet catchy animated video songs, like the Badger one. Badger 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 mushroom mushroom. Snake egg. A snake egg. Ooh, it's a snag. Active chat rooms. Asl? 18th. Are you hot? Blonde and blue eyes, dash. Flash intro screens before entering a website. My web designing skills peaked with my Half-Life site. The whole thing was made in Flash. It even had a community forum made in Flash. The intro had a spinning lambda symbol that swooped across the screen like the obscure reference, Glaive and Kroll. If you hit the back button too far, you had to watch it again. Get this, Flash was originally meant to build rich content websites. People just improvised and adapted it into an animation game dev tool. With varying success. Referring to arguments as flame wars. I'm gonna send a PM to the mods that you were flaming me. Then I'll put it in my SIG so everyone knows. Oh God, signatures too. E-cards that were sent through email. Pretty sure my mom is responsible for about 80% of the volume of those over the last 5 years. Being anonymous and untraceable. I miss that also, Ethan from California. People with their own web domain that isn't for making money. I still own several domains I bought just for the lulz. One day you will be useful, chaoticgoof.com. I feel you should at least point it at something if you own the domain. Even just a rickroll or a jokey github.io page with under construction GIFs. Porn pop-ups when you tried searching something innocent. Now that you mention it, Google Images really has come a long way from where it started. I have to go several rows down to find the porn now. It's really inconvenient. My first intentionally sexual memories are looking up genitals and sex moves on Wikipedia and reading the descriptions. I think my first masturbation was to a picture of an ancient Roman vase with depictions of sexual acts painted on it. Edit, the best part, I was looking these things up on a PSP. That is some high culture right there. It's what the Romans would have wanted. Music CDs that had super secret CD-ROM content or website access. I remember back in 2003 one of my favorite bands allowed you to download a small exe file from their official website, and when you put their album into the disc tray and opened the file, it added a bonus song to your CD. Blew my mind at the time. Edit, I think I might be remembering wrong. I think the exe file was to check you had bought a legitimate copy of the album and then let you download the new track to your PC. This was back in the heyday of downloading and ripping CDs. And for those wondering, the band was Evanescence. Regular people whipping up their own website from scratch. Now it's usually some prefab hosted thing like WordPress or Tumblr. I mean, they do it better, and it looks cleaner than whipping it up by one's limited understanding of HTML. These days a personal website is honestly like a more presentable Facebook page. Away messages. Those are gone because people are never away anymore. Same reason BRB and G2G have disappeared. BRB got a shit. 1997 high school friend in AIM chat, BRB me, what does that mean? Him, nature is calling me collect and I have to accept the charges. Reader, I literally married this charmer. Didn't learn what BRB stood for another couple of years. There was that subset of old people that thought LOL meant lots of love. Your Uncle Cletus just died. LOL. America Online 10,000-hour free trial discs. I think those discs were on a garbage object on Futurama. They were part of the garbage asteroid that was headed for NE. The professor used them as a landmark when describing where to put the explosive charge. Sites that use RealPlayer for video or audio. Don't forget good old Shockwave. Holy shit, I completely forgot about Shockwave. It didn't really die, it just got absorbed by the monolith of Adobe. Now Flash is on life support, lol. You enter the site and you just browse it. No agree without cookies policy, agree with our new toes, we've updated our privacy policy, wanna receive notifications? Wanna bookmark us? This site wants to know your location, wait, don't leave, we have a special offer when mouse moves up, enter your email to subscribe to our news, and the special evil for me. The text chat with support on the site exists just to throw into your phone so we can call you after you write anything there. Or the worst, try our app. Or to go even further, here, our website is crippled unless you use our app. Chain emails predicting your death if you don't forward to 14 friends. I feel like those basically became the let's see who will repost this shit posts on Facebook. Except nowadays they're all like, if you don't repost this it shows you don't care about kids with cancer or supporting suicidal people. Toolbars. Remember when your parents would end up installing like 100 toolbars? What I miss more than any one thing on the internet from my childhood, mid-90s to mid-2000s, is how revolutionary the whole thing was. It was like a new frontier to be explored and experimented with, there was so much room for personalization, it was something you had to learn how to navigate well, and there were always new things to learn and discover. New ideas were emerging all the time. And the internet wasn't mainstream back then the way it is now. The internet wasn't integrated into almost anything in one's daily life, so it was like a whole world unto itself. And, because it wasn't so widespread and standardized like it is now, it wasn't political the way it is now, and corporations didn't have the same kind of grasp they do now. The internet was, on an experiential level, a completely different thing back then compared to now. Totally agree. Back then it was way less serious, dare I say. You're right. It was like a new whole world to discover. With its own type of people that were incredibly unionized. Really sad how it'll never be that way again. Wine Freely whips the llama's ass. Nice. How many hours did I spend trying to skin that thing? About the same amount as I spent trying to find my favorite skin. There was a Natalie Portman one that won for a bit. I'm pretty sure I had no idea who Natalie Portman was at the time. I definitely had tens, maybe even hundreds of kilobytes of Winamp skins in a folder. Skins. Had them for Windows Media Player 2.0. And how about the visualizations WMP had for music? The colorful dancing lines and stuff?